One of the more interesting uses of menu modules is to create a local level navigation for different sections of your site. For example, our newspaper site has an About section. This is a perfect candidate for a local navigation menu in one of the sidebars. Let's go ahead and create that now. We'll do that in two parts. First, we'll duplicate the About menu. Then, we'll place that into a module in the sidebar. First, let's create a new menu in the Menu Manager. Go to the Menu Manager and create a new menu. We'll call it About in each field. The Menu Manager does us a small favor here and will actually create the module for us. Later on, that will be available to us in the Module Manager, so we can choose on which pages and in what positions it should be placed. So, let's save that and add the menu items. You may be asking yourself, why can't I just use the menus I already made for the About Us menu in the main menu? The answer is that you can, but in a somewhat less than straightforward sort of way. Joomla doesn't give us the option of using the whole menu tree, but we can create aliases to those items. If we change where they point in the main menu, they will change here. It's not perfect, but it does work well in practice. So, we will create aliases for all of the items in the About menu. First, we'll begin with the About Us item itself. Click on the New Menu Items button and then click New. Now we'll select a new option called Alias. This is very simple to configure. We just give it a title and select the menu item that we'd like it to point to. It will borrow all of its parameters from the target menu item here. So, let's choose the About menu item and click Save. Now, we might expect all of the child menu items of About to also be aliased as well. However, this is not the case. If we want the child items to also appear in the menu we're building, we have to alias each one. We basically have to duplicate the structure exactly if we want it to work. This may be a bit more work, but it does function well in the end. So please pause the video and go ahead and create all of the child menu items now and set their parent items to the About item. Okay, now it should look something like this. Now, let's go ahead and place the menu module where it should appear on the front end. Go to the Module Manager and find the module that the Menu Manager created for us when we created this menu. Click on it. The Menu Manager has done us a favor and set the title and menu names for us. Now, let's choose the left position for our local navigation. And finally, let's assign the appropriate menu items. Since we're using aliases, we can just assign this to appear under the main menu's About menu item and all of its children. This is a multiple select box, so we select each one. Depending on which browser you're using and on which operating system, you may need to use the Control or Command key to do this. If you were not using aliases and creating new menu items for deeper level navigation here, you would also need to select the items under the new menu as well. For example, if these were not aliases, we would have to select them like this, or else the local navigation menu module would not appear on them. Aliases make this unnecessary, but you may do it anyway if you prefer to use consistent practice on all menu modules on your site. We actually do this for exactly that reason. So, creating local navigation or other menu modules with aliases give us a good way to recycle and reuse the menu items we've already created. We'll go into some more options later in this unit, but this is usually the easiest way to go about creating local menus from main menu items.